Hey guys, and here is the final video for the first kit installment of the mini kit series. So this is the layout share and kind of killer kit of the first kit that I made, which will be called Serendipity Die Cuts, I think. I haven't decided that yet, but my inspiration piece was the Serendipity die cuts, and that is what I tried to use up. So I'm going to put the rest of the kit aside and just show you the die cuts that I have left. Now, I started with 10 pieces, and I used 5. So I just have these 5 left, and I do have this one. But this was with another layout, another project I was working on, and I forgot that it was in there. So I didn't have this throughout the kit. I think I would have used it if I did, but anyway, so let's just ignore that because I didn't know I had it. And just say that I only have these 5 pieces left, and all of these are themey. So, I mean, I need to make one page just to use that, and then one page for that. So, like glasses, summer, something girly. This one's kind of pretty generic, and then I don't know what I'm going to do with that diamond or with the cherries. But I think they all go on individual layouts, and I only made 2 layouts with this kit because I could have used a couple more of these if I did more. But I'm going to put them back in my stash, and I'm going to try and use them throughout layouts that I make just for my stash. And then maybe sometime in the future, if I don't use them, I might make another kit inspired by these. But don't worry, that will probably be in a year because I have a lot of other things to do before I repeat stuff. So I have these 5 pieces left. And then I didn't use any of the wood veneer or these chipboard pieces here. Or I had 2 flay badges that I didn't use, and I didn't use this brad or these wood veneer stars or this sticker. So basically from this little dish, I only use the die cuts. And then I stored, yikes, I just threw the layouts on the floor. So I stored everything else in this Ziploc bag throughout the duration of when I was using the kit. And it's just, I think it's a 6-gallon. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it's I just went to, I think it was Shopko when I was in the States in 2016, and I just got 12 of them, and I still have quite a few left. So I didn't get any more when I went this year because I can reuse them again and again. So I'm just going to start with the top. I did not use any of the washi tape, but that's okay. So the point of the kit was to use the die cuts, which I did very successfully, and then I kind of tried to give priority to some older things that I had in here, like these enamel dots or a couple of papers that are a bit older, but I didn't force myself to use those if I didn't want to or if the layout didn't fit that paper. So I just really tried to use die cuts. And then anything else that I use is a bonus. So this kit did have a lot of new stuff, so it was really easy for me to work with. But yeah, so I didn't use any of these stickers, and I only made 2 layouts with this stuff. So, I mean, I didn't expect to kill it. And then I did use this enamel sheet, but I did use a couple of stars from this one. So I only have 4 pieces left, and then I can get rid of that as well. I did not use any of these stickers. I did use these 2 words and 4 crosses from the chipboard set, and this was brand new, but I'm glad I got to use it because I love it and it's awesome. And then I used one tiny little sticker, this one here. No, I don't think you can even see that, but there you go. It's just one little sticker from the sticker sheet, and I tried to use this donut, but it didn't work, so here it is at the bottom, just kind of floating in there. And then I did use, I think it's 2 pieces. Yeah, I used 2 pieces from this, but this was brand new as well. So I just kind of finally dug into it and started using it, which is good. Because once I use one thing from a sticker sheet, I get over the I have to hoard it, and I just use it. So that's a good sign. Okay, now papers. I desperately tried to use this paper again and again. I cut it in so many different ways, but it just did not happen. So this is still one full sheet of paper. I did use the cards quite a bit. So on one layout, I only used cards actually. So I think this is the only one left. So I had I had 3 4x4 cards, and I have one left. And then I also had 1 3x4, I think, maybe 2. The other one will be in here. But I used one of those 3x4 cards as well. So it's all a big mess because I was just throwing stuff in the bag because I'm going to dekit it anyway. And I didn't want to waste time. So then I didn't use these 2 strips of paper either. And then I did a mixed media background that I didn't end up liking for that layout. If you watch the process videos, you will see my struggle with this background and that whole layout basically, but I do really like how it turned out. So I just cut it and used part of it as a mat on something. So here are the scrap pieces, and I'm not sure, so all of this will go back into my stash, but I'm not sure if this will. Like, I mean, I'll probably put this one in white cardstock. And then maybe I'll put this with scraps or something, and or I might just throw it out. I don't know. We'll see. And then I didn't use any of this paper. I used about a 4x4 piece of this paper and just have a bit left. Now, this donut paper is something I desperately tried to use on the donut layout I made, but it was just not working at all. I don't know. I think it's just a bit too pink for me, so I don't know. I have to figure out how to use that. So I didn't use any of that. Oh, here's another little piece. Here's a scrap piece of something else. So then this is something as well that I cut to try and use on one of the layouts, but it didn't work. So I didn't use any of this actually. Neither this paper, because I did use I used almost no pattern paper on one layout because I used the cut parts. So yeah, and then I didn't use any of this yellow paper. I did use just a couple, like a sliver of this paper. So here's what's like left. I just used a few bits and pieces. And then I cut a couple words out of this, and I used less than what I cut out. So I used 4 pieces, and then I have I have 3 more. There's one more somewhere. Oh, here it is. So that's just going to go back into my stash as well. And then I used a chunk of this paper. And then I cut this one out, but I didn't end up using it. And I'm kind of regretting it because this would be a really nice background as well. But now I can't use it unless I cover that up. Or actually, I did strategically cut it out of the pink part because I do love this color scheme up here. So I don't know what the future of this paper will be, but I didn't get to use it in this kit. So that's the paper. So here's another little strip. And now I'm going to show you the 2 layouts that I made. So the first one is this one here. And this one took on so many different directions. It's like not even funny. So I started with like doing a diagonal, like a triangle thing here and here, and then I thought maybe doing a vertical piece of paper, and then I did 2 squares, and it was just a big mess. Just go watch the process video to see how it came about to being this, and I do really like the end result. So on this one, I used 4 pieces, 4 die cuts. So I used 3 donuts and this one here, and then everything else is from the kit except of the letters, which I didn't include any letters in my kit, and I never do include letter stickers in kits because I don't have a huge selection. So I just allow myself to choose what letters I want on each layout and not limiting myself. So, and then I never add mixed media stuff because I almost always use mixed media on pages. So I want to have access to everything since I don't have a huge amount of stuff. So yeah, and then this was also a card because I wanted something a bit darker. So it's from the Better Together Amy Tan collection, and I just pulled that from my stash, and that's fine. I allowed myself to do that. I didn't do it too often. I think this was the only time. That was the only thing, and it's just because I mean, the point of this is to use my stash. So if I want something more than what I have in my kit, I can go into my stash and get it. Now, I will make a whole layout out of my stash, but yeah, like a little piece like that, or if I needed a tiny sticker somewhere, I would pull it. So this is this one. I'll show you a bit of a close-up. So I do regret this journaling option here. I kind of wish it was horizontal and closer to the cluster to kind of connect everything, but it's done and it's good enough. And then the second layout I made, which isn't quite complete, because I do want to add journaling to it, and there is going to be a lot, but I have to find it. It's written down somewhere, and I had to shoot this video, so I'll try and maybe add pictures at the end if I manage to finish it before this airs. But I don't know. I will be sharing on Instagram fully, so you can go follow me over there. But other than journaling, it's done. So I'm thinking the journaling will go, depending on the amount. In my mind, I'm thinking that there is a lot of journaling, so it would start like from here and go horizontally all the way down, and that just adds another black element. I don't know, we'll see. Or if it's just a little tidbit, I mean, it's not as much as, if it's not as much as I think it is, it'll probably go somewhere here at the bottom. And I'm gonna use a black pen for that. So this one, so this is the die cut I used for this one, and then I was very monochromatic. I scrapbooked the eclipse. Well, the eclipse, you'll see. It's a really funny story in this one. So this is my grandma. Well, they're watching the TV on the eclipse on TV. So I live in Europe, so I didn't see that, but my grandparents are in the States. So they were watching the eclipse with all the blinds down on TV in their house because grandma was afraid that she would damage her eyes if she went outside. So, well, that's just the gist of it. And then they sent us a video explaining this, and I want to write out that video, but I have to find it. So that's what I'm thinking I'll do, but if not, I'll just write what I told you kind of somewhere. So yeah, so what I did for this one, I just printed the picture in black and white because the lighting was very bad, as you could probably understand. And then I just pulled all the blues in the kit. So this paper, this piece here is a cut apart. It's one of the 4x4 cards. And then these are words cut from, yikes, sorry guys, I just sneezed. Yikes, they're words I cut out from this sheet of paper. And then I added a couple little chipboard, so I added one chipboard here to tie in the chipboard over here. And the reason why I added these was because I felt like the page needed something more, and it also brightened the page up, like this photo up a bit, because the moon, what I really like about this picture, everything is black and white, but the moon is really, really bright. So as soon as you look at the layout, your eye goes to that white. So I wanted to kind of help your eye a bit, so I added a bit more white, but it's not as bright as that, so it just kind of leads your eye towards the moon more than it would have otherwise. And then, so like the paper that had a white mat, I put it further up, and then I put the really dark ones on the back because I'm using a white background. So that helps both the papers in the back stand out and the photo, because the photo is dark and it's on a white background, and then the paper's on a white background. But it was too white, of course, so I had to add some mixed media. And because my lighting is really bad, because it's like 2 right now, but no, that's not going to work. Okay, sorry guys. It's 2 right now, but the lighting is super, super bad. It's kind of grayish outside. So yeah, and then I added some of these enameled stars because they're stars, and I thought, why not? And for this one, the little stickers I used were Tim Holtz. And I just used little tiny ones because I didn't know where to place other ones. I just didn't they didn't really fit in my design. And then I also had this big word, so it was kind of distracting. And then also I forgot to mention that these stickers here are the Rockabye stickers, and they're just really nice white foam. So these are the 2 layouts I made. I know they look nothing alike, but that's because for this one I pulled the brighter aspects, and then for this one I went dark. So yeah, I mean, this is all blue, and then this one has all the colors in the kit. And there is some blue here that matches, but yeah. And I do really like how these turned out. So I can't wait to make the second kit for this series, and that one will go up 2 weeks after this. So the plan is there will be 3 Saturdays of videos, and then 2 weeks, 2 Saturdays off, and then 3 Saturdays again. Just so I have time to do stuff and combine everything with school and extracurriculars and other stuff. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this series as much as I did. So thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss the second round of the mini kits. or any other videos that I might post. Leave me a comment below with any questions, any opinions, anything you want to say. Basically, I love reading everybody's comments. So, yeah, thanks for watching, and I can't wait to get back to creating.